So since I'm downtown Dallas, I wanted to talk about my journey moving here. I don't know how many parts this might turn into. Maybe I can make it short. So basically, I was doing research. I wanted to move. Like 2 years ago, I decided I wanted to move. I've wanted to move out of state or from my hometown for a very long time. And I guess I just didn't know how to do it. I just wasn't in the position to do a move like that. You know, I was still trying to get a foundation as an adult, period. So, you know, after I got to that point, like, I really was looking into moving out of state. And I did my research. I was looking at Florida. I even looked in St. Louis, Georgia. I didn't want to move to Atlanta, but I did look in Georgia, like Athens, and I really didn't want to move to a popular place. I looked into Arkansas, as I was also wanting something that had like a low cost of living. So Arkansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, you know, places like that, Louisiana. But those places that were around the water, I was kind of scared of moving to, because I didn't want to deal with any type of hurricanes or flooding or, you know, extreme forms of weather like that. So my first choice that I was kind of serious about, or really was looking into, was Jacksonville, Florida. But I decided against it for a certain reason, but I'll make a different video about that. So I decided against it. Then I started looking into Houston. So Houston was the place until I got signs to move to Dallas. After I got signs to move to Dallas, and you know, I did get signs to move to Texas, and then it's like it kind of got specific to move to Dallas, because I was looking at Houston. Houston, it costs less to live there. But again, like, you could possibly deal with a hurricane or some type of flooding. So I was worried about that aspect of it too. And, you know, I was doing my research, looking at apartments, neighborhoods. I had initially planned to move to Dallas in 2024, like after the first of the year. After I finished school, because I'm going to finish school sometime this year, 2023, at the end of the year. So, yeah, that was the initial plan. And then, I don't know, I can't remember where the urge came from to move immediately, like ASAP. I just had this rush. Oh, you know what probably helped that feeling to just go ahead and move is because I had got a remote job. And that remote job gave me permission to move to Florida, North Carolina, and Texas. Of all places, of all the states, this South Carolina job gave us permission to move to Texas. So yeah, so that kind of like, I guess, propelled the move, you know. So I asked my boss, you know, would I be approved to move? And she told me no, something about if there was a computer outage or internet outage or something like that, I couldn't go to the office. I wouldn't be close enough to go to the office or whatever. So, you know, that kind of knocked the wind out my sails. So I was like, okay, well, I'll finish school, get me another job, and then, you know, I'll move with that job or whatever. So soon after that, maybe about a month, there was this big shift in the company where they was changing everything. They were hiring new managers to like head off this new department that they were creating. We were like combining departments. And she decided to retire. She didn't want to interview for this new manager position or anything like that. she decided to retire. The manager that told me no about moving, right? So she leaves, new management comes in, and I asked to relocate again, you know, new person. Let me ask this manager, you know, and they was like, well, at first she was like, well, didn't because there was still somebody else that was there. She kind of moved up, so she was there when the old manager was there, you know, and she was like, didn't so and so already tell you no? And you had asked her. I was like, yeah, but now I said that was more of just wanting to see. I was just curious, but now I'm really serious, and I want to move. You know, I want to move and take my father with me out there. I'll have more help out there, right? So she asked the new boss that was over her about it, and they both ended up approving it. After some time, I had to wait a little bit, but they ended up approving it. I wish I didn't have to hold this phone. They ended up approving the relocation. So they ended up approving the relocation. And that was like at the end of May when they did that. So I went ahead, I had found my apartment, I applied for it. That took a wait. It was a wait. Like, I had started this moving process, like seriously started this moving process during a Mercury retrograde. So things was held up. It was kind of slow. Applied for an apartment. That took time to get approved as well. That took, I want to say it took a month for it to get approved. It took a few weeks, you know, at least 2 or 3 weeks. And then I had to relocate my father. I had to deal with the VA, relocate him, give my apartment notice, set up transportation, you know. I had locked down a U-Haul. I got a U-Haul scheduled with a tow to pull my car, and, you know, for me to load it up. And what else? Yeah, I got the apartment. After I got the approved for the apartment, I scheduled the U-Haul truck. And then I let my apartment know that I was moving. This is the end of May. I moved here June the 16th. So it all happened pretty fast. Like everything, all the approvals and all the okays and the information that I needed all synced up together, and it all came in at the same time. It was not hard to do. It was not hard to move. It actually was it's probably pretty easy to do. It's just it was a wait. It was a wait, and yeah, but it didn't hold me up. It didn't stop me. Yeah, so it moved slow, but, you know, everything still worked out at the end of the day. I hired helpers. So with U-Haul, you're able to hire helpers to load the truck in the state that you're leaving and unload the truck when you get here. So that was cool, and all of that costed like $900 something. And that's the truck, the tow, and with the moving help. All of that was $900. It's just I had to do the work of driving the truck about 14 hours away. And that was not easy. It was nerve-wracking driving that truck. And anytime any of those big 18-wheelers would drive by, you could feel the wind. It would shake. You would have to really hold that wheel because it feels like you're going to lose control of the wheel. Like it's pushing the truck against you. That's the best way I can explain it. But I did it. I took the truck. I took the truck. Well, I got the truck from U-Haul, and the guy at the U-Haul place, he set the car up on it, and yeah, he hooked it up. I didn't have no problems with it the whole way there. And when I got to Texas, I dropped it back off at another U-Haul, and they unhooked the car and everything. And you know, it was, I mean, it went pretty smooth. My cousin, I had rented a van because I was bringing my father. The van was $1,000. So I had him in the van. I had my mom and my cousin driving the van with him in it, and I was driving the U-Haul truck with the 2 kids in the U-Haul truck. It was 3 seats. You know, they had their tablets, their snacks, blankets. We were straight. I mean, the truck even had Bluetooth capabilities, so I was able to listen to my own music the whole way there. And I mean, it worked out cool. It really had worked out for me, and I feel like I followed the signs. I followed my gut instinct, and like, it synced up very well, and it went smoothly. So I guess I'm meant to be here for whatever reason. I'm not really sure what that reason is yet, but things are fine. Like, things are rolling smoothly. We have a place, we have a car, you know, like, we have fun all the time. We good. I'm being taken care of, you know. I followed the universe. I followed, you know, my guides, or, you know, whoever, my higher self, whoever led me here. And it's working out for me. Yeah, so I'm trying to think what else. So we've been here a month so far. That's pretty much my story of how I got here. It wasn't hard to do. You know, as a single mom, it's real risky. And you take away the support you had around you. But you know what? When I was in South Carolina, I hardly ever, like, asked my mom to babysit my kids, but she was an option. She was somebody that could do it for me if I needed to, or if something came up, somebody was there to pick them up. Even their father, he was there. We broke up, and whenever we break up, he's not as active with them or around. I mean, I already had felt like a single mom. I was doing it all on my own. They was always with me anyway. You know, it's not really much of a difference, but that is, you do eliminate that emergency contact. You know, so. No, you're on a timeout for throwing her socks in the water, because that was unnecessary. So that's the only drawback. But I'm trying to build my tribe, my community while I'm here. Hopefully I meet the right people that has kids, and, you know, I can build a long-term, strong, healthy relationships while I'm here. And so I just wanted to share my story in a quick little video. You can go back and watch some of my old videos of the time I had leading up to this point. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. I love it, and I look forward to being here and putting down roots. But that's it for now. I will talk to you again in another video. Bye.